Hello, welcome to the next session of Learn with Veer Sagar. In the last session, we talked about how nothing is impossible if you make up your mind and you believe yourself, if you back yourself. And we went through examples of college and school life. Today, I will give you examples from working life that even in working life, as a manager, as a trainee, as a senior person, nothing is impossible if you set your mind to it and you back yourself. When I joined Dunlop, I joined in the technical department, and they had a Dunlop was buying a computer. They were going to computerize, and I got selected to go into the computer section. I knew nothing about computers. It's a very technical subject, and people who are working with me, right, were trained. They did 3 years to 5 years course in computers. It was built all along financial applications. So the other people were all chartered accountants, mostly from the UK. And here I was, a plain vanilla MSc, right? And I had to make my mark. And I said to myself, I'll make a mark. Nothing is impossible. I'm good. I can make it. And there, right, by trying different things, repositioning, etc., I was able to make a mark in the computer division. As a result of that, I got called into to turn around the cycle division. Dunlop cycle division was making massive loss, and they decided that they were going to close it down, which would mean that a lot of jobs would be lost. And the one factory of Dunlop was in Bengal, and the other was in Tamil Nadu. And if jobs go in either place, there will be bloodbath. Both the places had fairly aggressive labor unions. So the MD called me and said, here is a problem, right? You go and fix it. And I said, sir, I don't know anything about tires. I don't know anything about cycle tires. He says, go learn. So with that charter, I walked out and I said, how am I going to do it? Everybody had said, people had tried, better people than me had tried and given up. And that's how the product leads to that level. So I said, okay, I'll make it happen. I believed that I can make it happen, right? And I backed myself. Nobody actually believed that it can happen. So all I got were 2 trainees. Well, one trainee and one manager from who was nobody in the field, nobody with hands-on experience to go and set it right. But backing myself, getting the team energized, we went, walked the roads, met the customers, met the users, and ultimately fixed it. And fixed it well ahead of the deadline. Next time around, right, I took a job in DCM. DCM, when I took it over, was a basket case. Everybody wanted to know why I would take that job. I said, because it's a basket case. Because it's been said it can't be turned around. He said, this is impossible. Therefore, I want to take it and I'm going to make it happen. And initially, there were a lot of problems with the union, with the product, everything. But with a very dedicated, energized team, right? We sat down and each one of us then believed that yes, it can be done. Nothing is impossible, it can be done. My only contribution was to instill the confidence in the team that they can do it. And that is what was required. They had the belief in themselves that they can do it. And ultimately, we did. One more example is when I left DCM to set up my own back office company, Selectronic. We were going to start a back office. 1997, no internet, and nobody had heard of what back office was. Originally, my plan was to actually send documents with a person by flight and bring after processing and bring back fresh documents from there on his return. Even with that, manual courier, private personal courier service will still be cheaper and better and more and give a better turnaround to the customer. Luckily, the customer had a better idea and he said we will have point to point communication. That means the telephone wire or equivalent with AT&T would come halfway down the world under the ocean and a wire from here, from VSNL, will go from here towards America and under the ocean and somewhere they will meet. The problem was, how do we train people? Right? How do you explain to people? Starting from the government that what is back office? Nobody heard of back office, nobody understood back office. And if that was not bad enough, my American partner, right, who was the marketing person, he said, and he was to provide the training, he said, I've got the best trainers in the US available, right, if you want them, but they can be, if you take them in the next 3 weeks, they'll come, otherwise later they have another project, they will move off. And if then means we'll have to wait for at least a year to start this project. Waiting for a year was not which I would go for. I said, we'll do this. So in 3 weeks, we had to set up a company from scratch. Set up the company, find a place to work, equip it, select people, and then start the training. Everyone said impossible. But again, I said, I backed myself, built a team. The secret everywhere was to build a team and convince them that it's possible. Get them to back themselves. We built a team, and in 3 weeks' time, we had got the thing ready, but we couldn't actually start the training because we took a little more than 3 weeks. We took 4 weeks, which was fine because the trainers, when they came from US to India, took about a week to acclimatize and get all the papers produced, copies of the training material. But we were able to do it and create that. Everywhere, the lesson is, if you are determined, if you back yourself, if you are confident of yourself, and you can build a nice team and give them the same vision, the same enthusiasm, and make them believe, nothing is impossible. Anything is possible. With that, till we meet again in the next session of Learning with Veer Sagar. Bye.